This is former LSU football standout La'el Collins, and he is awaiting a likely selection in Thursday's NFL Draft. However, according to The Advocate, the local Baton Rouge newspaper, Baton Rouge police detectives want to interview him as part of an investigation into the recent fatal shooting of a pregnant woman. La'el Collins is 21 years old, Baton Rouge native, and Redemptorist High School graduate. He's not named as a suspect in the death of 29-year-old Brittany Mills, shown here, who was fatally shot Friday night in the doorway of her apartment on Ship Drive there in Baton Rouge. There are numerous other people who are going to be interviewed, said Lieutenant Johnny Dunham, a Baton Rouge police spokesman, so he is one of many. And Dunham said police are aware Collins and Mills were associates, but the extent of the relationship between the two wasn't immediately clear. Police tried earlier this week to reach Collins, and investigators are now working with Collins' agent and attorney to schedule an interview. Jim Boren, Collins' attorney, said the former LSU offensive lineman will stay in Chicago until he is finished with NFL draft activities. Collins will then return to Baton Rouge and meet with the police. Collins, an all-SEC lineman who started as LSU's left tackle the past 2 seasons, is ranked as the 3rd best offensive tackle in this year's draft, according to CBSSports.com. He is a projected first-round pick, which often comes with a multi-million-dollar signing bonus. Boren, who is Collins' attorney, said a private investigative company recently was hired to determine Collins' whereabouts on Friday, when Mills was shot. And Boren said he believes the resulting alibi will rule out Collins as a possible suspect in Ms. Mills' death. Boren declined to comment about the nature of the relationship between Collins and Mills. Meanwhile, the investigation into the fatal shooting remains ongoing. Police have no suspects in her death, and he could not comment about the paternity of Mills' newborn son. Police have said previously it appeared Mills was shot by someone she knew, and a preliminary investigation indicated she opened her door to someone who wanted to use her car Friday night and was shot multiple times after she refused the request. When first responders arrived shortly after 10:30 p.m. to her apartment in the 200 block of Ship Drive, Mills was already dead. Still, she was rushed to a hospital where her unborn son was successfully delivered, and the baby is expected to survive. Bless his heart. Brittany Mills' sister, Tia Mills, said Tuesday that she ate dinner with her younger sister just hours before the shooting. She says that's when I was able to have my last moments with her, and she didn't even realize it. Mills also left behind a 10-year-old daughter and now this newborn son. And they're going to grow up without their mom. They didn't deserve that. Of course, they're asking whomever is out there that knows anything to speak up and say something, and to call the local Baton Rouge Police Department there in Louisiana if you have any information regarding Miss Mills' death. And when asked how Brittany Mills knew La'el Collins, The sister, Tia Mills, said she could not comment on details about the investigation into her sister's death, and that, quote, "I'm going to let that play out the way it's supposed to," unquote, Mills said. Break this news.